Hi! Today I'm going to be showing you how to sign the song Who Am I by Casting Crowns. My dominant hand is my right hand. So if your dominant hand is your right hand, you're gonna do exactly what I'm doing. If you're left hand dominant, you are going to do the opposite of what I'm doing. So I'm doing my dominant hand with a Y to my palm. If you're left-handed, you would do your left hand with a Y to your right palm. We're going to start with the first stanza and the pre-chorus, and then I'll do a separate video that goes over the second stanza and then another one going over the chorus. So everything will be a little bit broken up. So it'll be easier to jump back and forth to reference the things that you need to. So I'm going to have my lyrics here, so forgive me for looking down. Okay, so the song starts, "Who am I that the Lord of all the earth would care to know my name?" So who am I? Who? You have an L sign, put it to your chin, and just wiggle your finger like this. Who? 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 Remember, sign language is a very expressive language. So you can also make that word with your mouth while you're doing it. Who? Am is very similar, but it's with an A. Put it to your chin, pull it out just a little bit. Am. And then I. Who am I? Who am I? That the Lord of all the earth. That, you're going to take your Y hand, put it to the palm of your opposite hand. That, the Lord, with your L hand to your shoulder down to your hip. L hand with my right hand to my left shoulder. Down my hip. That the Lord of all, take both of your hands, put one above the other. My right hand is above my left. And go circle around. And then end on top of each other with the same direction. We started here, we end here. So all, go around. All. The earth. One hand is going to be your earth. My right hand is going to be what orbits it. So your earth. My right hand circles my left hand. Like I'm orbiting the earth. Orbiting the planet. Of all the earth would care to know my name. Would, you take your W, your dominant hand, put it over that same shoulder. Would. It's in the past. Would. Care. What the lyrics are saying is that he wants to know my name. Who am I that the Lord of all the earth would want to know my name? So for care, we're actually going to do the sign for want. And you take both hands, start out in front of you, and then pull them in. Close your fingers a little bit as you're coming in, because you're taking something from out here and you're bringing it in. You want it. He wants to know. To, both your pointer fingers, my right hand, my dominant hand points to my non-dominant other finger. To, know, take your B hand, put it to your forehead. To know my name. My is just dominant hand to your chest. My name. Take your two U hands. Your dominant hand taps on top of your non-dominant hand with your U fingers. Know my name. Okay, so to do that again, who am I that the Lord of all the earth would care to know my name? Who am I that the Lord of all the earth would care to know my name? Okay, moving on. Would care to feel my hurt. That's the same would. Would. For care, we're still going to do want. Would want to feel. Take your dominant hand, stick your middle finger out like this. Put it to your chest and then just kind of flick it out. That's to feel. It's in your chest and you're flicking it out. My hurt. Take your 2 index fingers and one goes over the other and you just switch. My hurt. Okay, index fingers just rotate around each other. Would care to feel my hurt. Great. Okay, moving on from there. Who am I that the bright and morning star would choose to light the way? So who am I is the same. Who am I that, we remember that one, that the bright is exactly like you think it'd be. It's like fireworks, are really bright. Bright. Just take both of your hands and put them out above you like fireworks. Right. You can even wiggle your fingers. Bright. And is just your dominant hand off to the side. Pull it in front of you as you close your fingers. Bright. And morning. Morning, think of the sun rising. Take your dominant arm, put it out in front of you. Non-dominant hand goes in the crook of your shoulder. Go this way. Crook of your shoulder, and then you just raise your hand. Okay, like the sun is rising in the morning. Morning star. Take both of your pointer fingers, put them up above your head, and tap them against each other. Like you're making a little star in the sky. Bright morning star. Would choose to light the way. Would. That's the same. Choose. Take your hand, touch your middle finger to your thumb. Okay. As you pull it toward you, you're choosing it. Would choose. You're reaching out, you're grabbing something and pulling it to you. It's very similar to want. Would choose. To light, you're going to do light like you're shining a light on something. Like a lamp is above you, your arm is a lamp, and you're shining the light. Choose to light the way. Way, and you're just drawing a path right in front of you. Choose to light the way. For my ever-wandering heart. 4, take your pointer finger, point to your forehead, and then just pull it out a little bit. 4, kind of similar to feel. This was feel, this is 4. My ever-wandering heart. My ever, you're going to do, just draw a little circle in front of you. Ever, and then it's going to turn into a Y hand that like flies away. So ever. This is like always, eternal, forever. My heart is always, ever. And then wandering, both your pointer fingers next to each other. One is gonna, your dominant finger is gonna kind of hit and bounce off of your non-dominant hand. You're wandering, like you're going together and then it just whoop, it's wandering off. Ever wandering. So those two kind of tie together. You could ever, and then as your Y hand comes up, so does your other, and it just turns right into it. So ever wandering. Heart is exactly what you think it'd be. Just drawing a heart on your chest. Ever wandering heart. So let's do that again. Who am I that the bright and morning star would choose to light the way for my ever wandering heart. Great. So now that brings us to our pre-chorus, which is not because of who I am, but because of what you've done. Not because of what I've done, but because of who you are. Okay, so we're going to start with not because of who I am. Not is your A hand. It's very similar to am, but your thumb is going to go under your chin and then flick out. Remember, am is your A hand that touches your chin and it just comes a little ways out. Am. Not. The thumb actually goes under the chin and flicks away from your face. Am, not. Okay? So not because. You're going to take your dominant hand, touch it to your forehead, and wipe it away. Like you're wiping your forehead. Wiping the sweat off. Not because of who I am. Who I am. Remember, that just touches your chin and comes out a little ways. But take both of your pointer fingers, use that finger to close your non-dominant finger. But because of what? What is you take your dominant pointer finger and just go down your non-dominant hand. That's in it. It's just an open palm. You're pulling it down your fingers. Right? What? You, we're talking to God. So we point to Him. If I were talking just from me to you, if I were talking to you, I'd say you. But we're talking to God about God. So you. But because of what you have done, take your C hands. Both of your hands are in C hands. It's like you're moving something from one side to the other. Done. Do. Because of what you've done. Okay? And then not because of what I've done. So not, again, under your chin. Not because of what I've done. But because of who you, talking to God again, you are. R is just your R dominant hand. Touches your chin and comes out a little ways. Just like am, but with an R. Okay? Awesome! That is the first stanza, the first verse, and the pre-chorus. So now in my next video, we will go over the second verse, and we'll follow up with the chorus after that. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.